Hello, I'm Alan Keays, and I'm joined today by Josh O'Gorman, and we're here to provide you a look at some of the stories we're working on here in the Herald newsroom. Gordon Drusilla has a follow-up to the Alderman's meeting last night, where they talked about the Alpine Pipeline and a new agreement they're working on, the city is. And apparently the new agreement of the Alpine Pipeline could mean more than $2 million in city revenue over 20 years. And the Alpine Pipeline runs from Rutland City up to Killington. Also in tomorrow's paper, we'll have a story from Brent Curtis about a man who was charged with drunken driving, sixth offense here in Rutland County. So Brent was over at court today. We'll have the details on that. And we'll also have a story out of Ludlow today, kind of their town meeting preview for Ludlow. And I know you were up at Montpelier earlier, well, last night and today.
Absolutely. So Tuesday night, I attended a debate between the Ethan Allen Institute and the Public Assets Institute, which you can think of conservative versus liberal. And the question of the night was, what role should the government play in education? And so the Ethan Allen Institute is advocating for private schools and for vouchers to attend those schools, while Public Assets is arguing for continuing public schools in the interest of what they're calling democracy.
Did charter schools come up at all during the debate?
Charters did not come up at all.
I know they're big in other states.
But one of the issues that they didn't talk about, but is being talked about right now, is some legislation that would govern how public funds are sent and used for private schools. Because currently we've got a couple thousand students that use public funds to go to private schools. And in fact, there's a House resolution right now that bans the notion of taking a public school and closing it and then reopening it as a private school, flipping it as they're calling it.
Like North Bennington?
For example.
All right. And also we have some news from Neal Goswami in our press bureau and from Albert J. Marro, our photographer. They're going to provide an update right now.
Thanks, Alan. Today, the House GOP caucus and Lieutenant Governor Phil Scott again called on Governor Shumlin to delay Vermont Health Connect and the state-level mandate for individuals and small businesses for 1 year. Not surprisingly, the governor rejected that call and said that his administration is working with its main contractor, CGI, to fix the website issues and get everything up and running. So there will be a story in tomorrow's papers about that situation today. Thanks.
It's Wednesday afternoon. I've just got back from my third round of shootings. Today's photograph will include this shot of Carol Dristo looking out the windows to see that it's snowing very hard in West Rutland, much harder than people thought it was going to be. And the first thing this morning, I got the shot of these two snowshoers coming over off the 18th. That first girl is a Seeger, Kristen Seeger, and the girl behind is none other than Megan Keenan. And I spent some time, people are still cleaning out from last week's storm. And I got this shot up at Country Grove Estate of people roof raking, which is very important now, especially with all this snow. And we're going to get some ice coming starting tomorrow. And then I went over to the Proctor Rink, where I got all these nice shots of kids skating and everything, and getting the rink ready so that other kids could skate on it, and other kids just frolicking around the rink. And later on tonight, I've got to go up to Otter Valley for the Otter Valley Mill River Girls playoff game. And that's my story for today, Wednesday, February 19th, the year of our Lord, 2014.
And just a quick reminder that on Thursday is our Invite Day, where we have a look at entertainment that's happening around the region. Ali Fluellen, who writes the local spin column, will have a kind of roundup of stuff that's happening in the clubs in the Rutland region area, as well as up in Killington. And also we'll have a feature from Janelle Fagnet. We'll have a story on the Vermont Actors Repertory Group. And they're putting on Tuesdays with Maury starting next week at the Brick Box over on Center Street and part of the Paramount. So all the dates and times will be in that story. So that's yeah.
Hey, and don't forget, noon Thursday, the championship for U.S. men's hockey over at the Paramount.
Women's hockey.
Women's, shoot, I take that back.
Men's is on the weekend. It's women. It's U.S. versus Canada. Noon, Paramount.
Noon, Paramount.
Free.
Women's hockey.
And free. All right. Well, that's a look at some of the stories we're working on here at the Herald. Thanks for watching.
Thank you. Late for dinner.
All right, let's just make sure that's working. Just if you can just go chat.
I figured this out, that all you're doing is compiling a bunch of outtakes is all this is right now. I totally figured this out.
There's one.
Yeah.